시작을 하도록 할게요. 안녕하세요. 저는 사람사랑유학원 대표 이선호입니다. 저희가 시리즈로 좀 준비를 해봤는데 A레벨 톱 학교들이거든요. 톱 학교들을 웨비나를 저희가 좀 마련해봤어요. 그래서 이번에 첫 번째 시간으로 NMSC, National Math and Science College를 소개해드리도록 하겠습니다. 그리고 30분 정도 되고 30분 후에는 오늘은 MPW 좀 소개를 해드리도록 하겠습니다. Okay, Jane, so can you introduce yourself and then start now?
Good morning, everybody. Or sorry, good evening. It's evening time, and so my name is Jane. I'm admissions manager at the National Maths and Science College, NatMatSci, as we like to call ourselves. Thank you so much for having me today, to People Loving, and it's lovely to meet some families today and share with you some information about our very unique and special college. Okay, so I'll start the presentation. On the first slide, you can see our principal, Dr. Andy Kemp, who is a mathematician, and our mission statement. So NatMatSci is the only specialised maths and science school in the UK. So we exist to take people, young people that are gifted in maths and science and passionate about maths and science, and make them the very best that they can be, whether they want to be an astronaut, a cardiac surgeon, the next Bill Gates, work in AI, work in areas and careers that we maybe haven't even thought of yet. So NatMatSci really exists to push the boundaries of maths and science and to nurture our young people that are going to go on and really change the world. So, will probably solve all the problems facing the world will be solved with STEM and our young graduates that come out with STEM degrees. As you can see, NatMatSci, since it opened, has achieved some amazing things. And this year at the Independent School Awards 2023, we won Best New Initiative for our STEM communication program. And this is really part of what we believe is a very new, innovative and exciting STEM communication education we're giving students. And I will explain a little bit about when I say we're about to specialised education, what that really means and what it means when you come to join us at NatMatSci. We go to next slide. Yes, so being dedicated to STEM, well, what does that mean? It means we have a huge focus on practicals. We have a very hands-on, minds-on approach, which means it's about being a scientist and not just reading about science. We do extremely well in all the international Olympiad competitions, scoring higher than any school in the UK. We have run the Cambridge chemistry race 2 years in a row. We really set no limit on our students. As we're a specialised school, students can go beyond the curriculum. We have time. Our focus is on maths and science. So if A-level physics has 30 practicals, we will do 50. We go to next slide. And again. And again. Okay, so NatMatSci is based in Warwickshire, which is about 1.5 hours from London Heathrow, about 15 minutes from Coventry and 15 minutes from Birmingham. It's a lovely area. We are next door to Warwick University. We do lots of workshops, attend lots of days at Warwick University. So it's a lovely leafy area right in the Warwickshire countryside. You go to next slide. So we do have lots of lovely Belgian students also studying with us this year. So I mentioned before, we have our STEM communication program, which means the students get involved in lots of different things. So we believe, you may be really good at maths and science, but you also need to be able to talk about it. You need to be able to present your ideas, persuade people of your ideas. If you're doing an Oxbridge interview, you need to be very think outside the box and talk about your ideas. So the STEM communication program has lots of different activities that the students will do. We invite a lot of lecturers to talk. You can see here Professor Lewis Dartnell, who's a astrobiologist. He did a one-day workshop. He looks at things like life on Mars. He's really exciting. He talks about, what we would do in a zombie apocalypse. So really sort of cutting edge stuff that will inspire our students. You will see this is a student, Hannah. Hannah is from Korea. She currently holds an offer for Cambridge to do natural sciences. And Hannah actually published a paper with Dr. Appleyard, who's head of biology. And she looked at the issues of cherry blossom falling in Korea and looked at how she could reduce the amount of carbon dioxide. And she used some amazing mathematical equations to do this. So Hannah actually had her paper published on bioethics, which is amazing. And it's this sort of thing in a specialist education that you wouldn't be able to do in a traditional school. So we can go further and have our students publish papers. This year on the STEM communication program, many of our students are publishing their papers. So it's very exciting. And it really gets them to delve deep into areas they are really passionate about. And this is really impressive on your personal statement and UCAS application and Oxbridge application. If we could go to the next slide. So the STEM communication means students all get to do a paired research project. And they present this at the academic conference, and we invite various people from the STEM community that they can talk to about their research project. You'll see another activity with Warwick University. This is Professor Lisselman, who came and talked to our students about how A-level maths develops at university level. So we're always challenging our students and really go beyond the A-level curriculum. If we go to the next slide, you will see this lovely mathematician here called Alison Kiddle, who's a Cambridge mathematician. And she spent a week with our pre-A-level students doing geometry in real life. So all the students produced maths videos, and we even had Singing Banana James Grimes. So if you're a maths geek or a maths nerd, you will definitely know who he is. And he came and did a video to inspire our students as well. And they made some amazing videos. You will also see here, every year our students go down to Maths Fest in London, and you have to submit a video. And if your video is good enough, you get chosen to present at Maths Fest, which is amazing. So this is our student Rio from Indonesia, and he actually presented at the Royal Institute of Science in London. And you can see he was taking a bow there, and he really wowed the audience doing integers in his head. And a fantastic mathematician. He then went on to win the International Academic Excellence Award at Manchester University, which is a sizable financial contribution, and he's now studying maths at Manchester University. If we go to our next slide. So NatMatSci is all about challenging our students, and it really is the perfect place to be if you love maths and science. All around the college, we have whiteboards, and every week different problems go up. And you can see our students and teachers try to solve the problems. And people do this at lunchtime and in their break time just for fun. So this is really the sort of place, NatMatSci is a haven for maths geeks, science geeks. So we are always challenging ourselves, and you can win points for your house team, which are all named after scientists, if you do well on the problem. So every week, different problems go up. If you go to the next slide, we have some amazing teachers at NatMatSci. They all have, proven track record in Oxbridge preparation. That's Dr. Appleyard there, who's our head of biology. So it's very much, we have a small class size, just 12 students maximum, and a very close relationship with your teachers. As you can see, that's Dr. Appleyard there, and he did the co-authored the paper with Hannah from Korea. So a really good, close working relationship with the teachers. some different types of research projects that the students did. And it's a really amazing opportunity for them to delve deeply into an area they're very passionate about and get to present it to people within the STEM community. So if we go to the next slide, we have, and we go again, I will speak a little bit about the international competitions and Olympiads, which the school excels at. So as you can see, we do the Physics Bowl, which we were second in the world, which is amazing. We constantly have students ranking very highly in the Euclid mathematics competition. If we go to the next slide, you will see that for the last 4 years, NatMatSci has had students in the GB Olympiad teams. That means not only did they become top 4 in the UK, they then go on to represent the UK abroad in the International Olympiad. And I think in 2022, half the team, chemistry team, were from NatMatSci. So that's an amazing result. If we go to the next slide, and if we go again to the following slide, if we go to the next slide, yes, you can see Suno and Sue's student there, Young Jun, who was in the GB Olympiad team in 2022. He did fantastically well and is now studying at Oxford. And the next slide again. So we have a lot of support for Oxbridge. Up until this year, we've been getting about 1 in 5 students into Oxford and Cambridge. The wonderful Young Jun is pictured there from People Loving. If we go to the next slide, we have an amazing amount of offers this year. We have 16 offers for Cambridge and Oxford, and that is out of a cohort of 54. So it's almost a third of our students, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you have a look there, they're all international students from Korea, from Thailand, from Vietnam, from Hong Kong, from China, from Ukraine, from India. So you can really see it's wonderful for so many students to be getting offers for maths and computer science, which is incredibly tough to get into, maths and statistics, engineering, natural science, medicine at Oxford, which we're really excited about for Ashish. So it's been a really, really fantastic year at the college. And I think, we have the STEM communication program, which has been awarded this year, and the college is really going from strength to strength. So it's a very exciting place to be, NatMatSci, at the moment.
How about how many students on year 13?
In that year, 54 students.
50. 와, 55명의 학생 중에서 지금 몇 명인가요? 13명인가요? 이 학생들이 그냥 3분의 1의 학생들이 옥스포드 캠브리지에서 오퍼를 받았다는 얘기거든요. 그러니까 이 학생들은 거의 99% 이상 다 진학을 하거든요. 그리고 이거 오퍼를 받았다는 것은 인터뷰에 초대됐다는 얘기가 아니거든요. 인터뷰를 하고 그다음에 인터뷰를 성공을 했다는 거거든요. 그래서 A레벨 조건만 맞으면 들어간다고 하니까 거의 인터뷰를 통과했다라고 하면 거의 99% 이상은 합격했다라고 보는 거거든요. 그러니까 3분의 1의 학생이 옥스퍼드 캠브리지 갔다라는 것은 사실 믿기 힘든 기록이라는 생각이 좀 듭니다.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so if we go to the next slide. So we have a huge support for Oxbridge. Very much students are mentored, it's tailor-made. So really from day one, we're supporting them, achieving that goal, that pathway they're on. If we go to the next slide. Yes, you can see our Vice Principal Penny there, and lots of our students really appreciate the support they have in drafting personal statements, and all the training and support that they have for Oxbridge. If we go to the next slide, and if we go to the next slide, yes, you can see some other 100% of the students go on to Russell Group universities, and you can see some of the successes there. If we go to the next slide. If we go to the next slide again, I will briefly just talk about the programs we have. So if we go to the next slide, you can see here, this is Suri. She has an offer for natural science at Cambridge this year. She joined our pre-A-level program, which is suitable for students who need a little bit more English language support, who are younger. So it's really a 3-year route to A-levels where they don't take GCSEs. We focus on that end goal. We focus on the A-levels. So students join, they do their maths and science, and they have 5 hours of English language preparation classes every week. And it's really a fantastic approach to getting into top university if you're coming as an international student. So we don't focus on a GCSE year 11, we take that 3-year route to A-level, and it is a very successful route. And you can see Suri there. Students can also join this program in September or January as well. If we go to the next slide, we go to the next slide again. I'll briefly mention our preparation for medicine program, where we do UCAT BMAT training. Students join our MedSoc, where they do various things, workshops on surgical training, heart valve simulation, lots of different things where NHS consultants come in and do amazing workshops with the students. We do lots of different activities within the MedSoc, and of course we have to arrange the voluntary work at an NHS hospital for the students. So if we go to the next slide, yes, we will see a little bit more. There's a lot more on our website you can see about the medical pathway program and what you do at each year in that. If we go to the next slide, I'll briefly end to talk a little bit about our boarding, which is absolutely fantastic. So this is our stunning new residence. All students have single ensuite bedrooms with, if we go to the next slide, we've got a lovely gym, we've got computer gaming room, we've got lovely chill out areas. If we go to the next slide again, there's lots of fun areas to hang out in, and we have Xbox tournaments, chess tournaments, karaoke nights, film nights, lots of different things going on in the residence to join in with, baking on a Saturday. If we go to the next slide, each student's every 5 rooms has their own little chill out sitting room area. All looked after by a wonderful boarding team who are super friendly. If we go to the next slide, it's very much a family feel at NatMatSci. We have a gorgeous restaurant called The Alchemist. There's lots of different choices. We do Korean barbecue night, we do sushi night, we do traditional afternoon tea, lots of healthy choices. It's really lovely. And the next slide again. We do all the typical activities you get at a boarding school. We have sports twice a week. We have a ski trip at Easter. We do ice skating, archery, lots of different activities. There's also a gym, a large gym 15 minutes away that you could use with 24-hour access. If we go to the next slide. We have a summer prom for the whole school every year, summer activity day, which is lots of fun. If we go to the next slide. We have lots of different societies that you can join as well as weekend trips to join in with, punting at Cambridge, summer barbecues. If we go to the next slide. You can see a lot of our societies are STEM-based. So we have MedSoc, we have Robotics Soc, we have Genetics Soc, we have Tech Soc. So often these are student-led, and students can really get involved and do something that they're very passionate about. We had a student who did RoboSoc, and they entered robotics competitions, and he's now doing electrical engineering at Imperial. So lots of the students can really push a society that they're into. If we go to the next slide. We love a party at NatMatSci, so we deck the labs for Christmas and we do the labs of hell for Halloween. So we have lots of parties and things to enjoy with. You will like note our chemistry there, so even the Christmas trees are science-based at NatMatSci. If we go to the next slide. We have lots of charities event. We had a charity games day last year. We have baking sales. We do Christmas jumper day.
그렇죠, 벌써. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much today presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your assistance with the PowerPoint.
you.
Wonderful.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Take
So we have
care.
a next
Bye-bye.
one. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. We
Thank
can
you so much.
contact you later.